Hello everyone, welcome to World of Warcraft. With Legion having just been, I'm going to turn that down just a little bit, there we go. With Legion having just been, not announced, but a lot more fleshed out at Blizzcon, I felt like doing a little talky video about some of my opinions and how I think the game is going to work out. So I hopped on my garrison, thought I'd do some just talky stuff. So, Legion, where to start? There's a lot of new things coming, and I have good points and bad points both that I'm looking at for this. So, let's start with my favourites, some of my favourite things that they've said about, and then we'll move on to some of the negatives. So we'll start with the good and end with the bad. So, good stuff. Class changes. Wow, I don't know really where some of them came from. They were just like, oh yeah, survival hunters, you're now melee. It's like, okay. Oh yeah, shadow priest, you now use old god's power, and you go insane. I was like, what is this? I like this. You know, that sort of thing is really just sort of that. I like how they're building on the class lore in this expansion. I like how they seem to be making the classes more varied. A rogue, I love rogues. I love what they're doing with rogues. If it turns out to be done well, with the whole
have a good one.
What would you call it? The class rebalancing, talent rebalance, specialization. That's the word I'm looking for. Specialization rebalancing to make them more varied to each other. Because at the moment, every rogue spec feels the same. This sells for bugger all. So yeah, I like what they're doing with the classes, and that includes the order halls. I like what the order halls look like they're doing. Oh, they sell for bugger all as well. So, all in all, I like the classes. And I have no complaints about what they're doing with the classes. As far as I can see, like I said, we're going to have to wait until the expansion truly launches to have any idea what's really going on with them. But I like the in-depth lore that's going with it. And I mean, you can see I'm on a Warlock at the moment, and I'm Destro spec. These tail down here with my, you can't quite tell them there because I've got the border in the way. Yeah, let me just fix that. There we go. There we go. See, I'm a Destro Warlock. My other spec is Demonology, but I hate current Demonology. So the fact they're changing it to be all about your pets and stuff like that, gonna like that. And the artifact weapon to go with Demonology is the best thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, the fact you get a, I don't know if I've done this for the week. Yep. The fact you get a flying skull as your, didn't I move you? Thought I moved you. You get a flying skull for your Demonology artifact is awesome. I may be going Demonology just for that fact. I've looked at all the artifact weapons now. They're all up on Blizzard's Legion site. Not all the variants, just all the actual basic models. They look quite cool. Does this work now then? I guess I've got the cooldown for it. Yeah. So yeah, they're all up. So I've had a look at them all. Some of them are a bit like, eh. I mean, like the rogue ones is like, it's a dagger. What you can do with a dagger, it's a dagger. You can't really make it too fantastical, as it won't be a dagger anymore. It'll be a sword. So some are a little bit, but for the most part, no complaints. So that's classes and artifacts I'm quite happy with. We have to see what all the order halls are, but they sound quite good as well. So, where next after that? We could, where's that Momo champ? Demon Hunters. I'm not really going to talk about Demon Hunters because, I mean, what's there to talk about? Everyone knows Demon Hunters are coming. Everyone knows what's going on with them. You know, can't really talk about them until they come out. What I can talk about, something I forgot about in the artifact system. I was watching the artifact system preview, and I've played Warcraft since vanilla, and there was a moment there was a moment when they were looking at the Warlock artifact for Affliction, and they were going like, oh yes, you get this tree and you can put points, you spend your resources into filling out these trees. And that's cool. And like, oh, you can like put free, this is free ranks, you can put 3 points into it. And that's when I went, hold on, this is the old talent tree system. The artifact system is just the old talent tree system revisited. So if you haven't played recently, this is always what the talent system used to look like. You used to have blocks, so you could first row of box you'd have like a choice of 2 things. You could either go, oh, I'm gonna take 1 out of 5 ranks to gain, say instead of that being 15%, it was 3%, but you put 5 ranks into it, it gets up to 15%. And the other one could just be, oh, increase your crit chance by 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. And once you've put 5 into that row, you can move on into the next row.
See you later.
That's what the artifacts weapons are. That's exactly what the artifacts weapons are. They're just the old talent trees. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I just find it really funny that I haven't actually heard anyone say that yet, that they are just the old talent trees just redone. Yeah, moving on from that. The world, the new world with all the new dailies, it looks visually great. I like how it looks. It seems really fitting with the Warcraft lore. I mean, let's go for a bit of a fly. I mean, all the locations in Warlords have been pretty good looking too. I mean, let's bring up the map. Spires of Wrack had a really cool scheme. Talador, there's Talabor. Gorgon was a little bit weird with the whole, oh, one side's a giant jungle, one side's like nothing. But oh well. But the new areas are really cool. I do find it a little weird that there's a massive demon invasion and there's not demons everywhere. But after having to deal with Tanan Jungle for so many months and going on even longer, I should quickly just change back to my, there we go, proper gear rather than my being gear. Yeah, moving away from demons because obviously we were in Tanan Jungle for months, so more demons will get boring. So I can't blame him on that. But yeah, it's interesting, the new zones, I do like them. But there's one thing I noticed they didn't really cover, and that was endgame content. Now, they had the scouting map with all the stuff about, oh yeah, rather than you getting this one daily quest from your garrison every day, you'll have like every few hours objectives will cycle on the map. So you see where I've got my pet battles at the moment, like instead of that you could have like, oh, go here and kill something or other, or go here and collect these power crystals, or you know, whatever. And you'll do them instead of just having your strict dailies. So that was the only end game content, beside raids of course, that they mentioned. Now, they did say, I think it was Sourmar City is a level 110 only area. So that means you've got a whole area just for max level. Now, is that area going to be like Tanan Jungle? Is it going to be a more story-driven area where you just complete a set of quests and that's just an extra area where you get some, maybe some powerful rewards or something? Or is it going to be like like a proper daily area, like the Molten Front or something like that? We don't know yet. They didn't talk about the endgame content, so we'll have to see with that. That's one of the places I'm hedging my bets on, because that seems a little. They didn't really talk about the content, but it does seem like they have realised their mistake with Warlords. Ooh, you're a guy I need to kill. They've realised their mistake with Warlords about there being. They said everyone says there's nothing to do in Warlords, but there is stuff to do. It's just stuff we don't find relevant. which I can kind of understand, because there's no rewards for it. So I can sort of get where they're coming from with that. So hopefully they'll have learnt that mistake and they can do better next time. I always just pop down here because they're easy. Fell corrupted Pexus crystals. They'll realise that and will actually get some ongoing good rewards. What else was there? There is the new Legendaries, which are just wild drops. I don't actually know how I feel about that. It's a very weird one. That Legendaries, we've been working up to all this time through these massive quests or farming raids, and now it's just like, hey, you found Legendary, GG. So part of me thinks that making them be Legendary, I don't know whether to say it was a mistake, but it seems to cheapen all the other Legendaries we've made. I'm not saying they shouldn't have these powerful world drop items, I just think making them Legendary just feels like, well, my ring and my cloak and all the other stuff now is a bit like, what was the point? I don't know why I'm farming for herbs, I'm not on my herb gatherer. So let's go do this. Yeah, so there's that, which is definitely some weird things. But we'll go back to endgame content. There's the whole level scaling. This I like. This sounds good. The fact that the world scales around you, so as you level, things get harder to match you, and you can do what you want in any order. That sounds good. My drawback with that is, does that mean that, like, you'll be upgrading all this stuff, you'll be upgrading your artifact weapon and all that, is it gonna, like, get harder with gear as well? Because if so, what's the point of getting gear? I mean, like, you know what I mean? If everything's scaling, what's the point of certain things? Go away, you. We'll have to see on that. Unfortunately, that's another thing. Professions. Professions sounds very good. Very good with what they've done with that. Actually making it so you quest and stuff for them, rather than just learn all your recipes. The only problem I can see with that is I am a big, let's bring this up, big altaholic. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 level 100s on this realm. So I like leveling alts. So if I have to do all these quests with my, who are you? With every character, I'm going to get a bit bored of that. So I'm just wondering how alt friendly this expansion is going to be, because Warlords wasn't very alt friendly either with the, where's what I need, there it is, with the whole garrison thing. I mean, I've pretty much got all my garrisons now set up just to farm gold. Literally they are just there to farm gold. That's all they do. So hopefully it'll be a bit more alt friendly than that in some ways. It's one of those wait and see moments. Again, a lot of it's wait and see. So overall, ooh, Belful Hood. That bind? Yeah, it's bound to me down. So overall, we have an expansion that has a load of really good mechanics. I'd say it has a load of really good mechanics, like I said, the whole area scouting thing, sending you to different areas. That sounds a lot better than the current system of go pick a. It sounds similar to this actually. The whole go to like the Fellforge or Ruins of Krenak, but it sounds like there's more variance, which I think is what will make it a bit more attractive to certain people. I would like there to be just a standard daily grind area, because some people like that, and I'm one of them. I miss the grind areas, because in Pandaria I picked a faction. I did one faction at a time. I didn't burn myself out by doing all the daily quests in Pandaria at once. I picked a faction. I did the Serpent Riders, or I did the Anglers, or I did the Tillers. I only ever did one at a time. Well, I sometimes did two, but I didn't do them all at once, so I didn't get burnt out on the dailies. And then Warlords came along and it's like, Here's your daily. You go here, do this. You're done. It's like, okay, that's great. Now I'm done. Now what do I do? And Tanan is it's not the same because it's the same as that really because you go somewhere, do something, then you go back, and do two more. That's the only difference. You do two more afterwards. But my favourite daily area is because of rose-coloured glasses, Isle Quel'Danas, which is amazing. But after that, it is definitely the Firelands. The Firelands daily quests. I loved doing them. I went every day. They were just good because there was like a structure, and once you figured them out, you could get them done nice and quick. There was some randomization in it, so you had different things to do. I want to see some more daily quests. I would like at least one daily hub. I mean, let's see. In my favourite was Isle Quel'Danas because I loved that. That was perfect. That was back when everything was new. Then it's Firelands. And then after that, I'd say it was favourite reason to come on every day. Argent Tournament again. You had loads of dailies. You just go around and make a little circuit. Once you learnt them, you just do them. Simple as that. I'm really hoping Legion will have at least one daily hub. Just one. Just one will do. Because you've obviously got all this stuff to go out and do, but that's fine. Raids. Raids and dungeons. I like how we got 10 dungeons. Because I think, how many do we have in Warlords at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8. So we'll have 2 more, that's alright. That's a good number for start. Hopefully they'll add more as they go along. Yeah, just hopefully they'll add more as they go along, because 8 has got a bit samey through the whole expansion. But there we go. The new challenge mode, Nephilim Rift. Not Nephilim Rift. Sorry. I've been playing Diablo, and yeah, that's ripped straight from Diablo. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's the same with the wardrobe, ripped right out of Diablo, which is a really good thing. They've realised that that's a good way to get the wardrobe to work. So hopefully, using these things from World of Diablo Craft, we'll be able to actually have some repetitive rerunning of stuff, because I could do Diablo any day. I like Diablo. It's good fun. You gotta try and get new gear, new sets. It seems like they're doing something similar with some of these crafted items and the World Legendaries that drop, with the whole, when you're enraged you move 15% faster. I mean, that sounds like a legendary from Diablo. It's got something suits your spec or class and does something different to your normal gear. It just sounds like it's got a good reason for you to rerun. So I don't know if so that's where we got some gear. Where's some gear? Where's something with some extra stats on it? I don't have anything with extra stats on it by the look of it. Nope, no I don't. I was seeing if I had anything with indestructible or anything like that. So like these random affixes you can get, like indestructible, where you just get some extra stats from them that do something. I don't know if like raid gear and stuff like that will have a chance of getting it, or dungeon gear. Alright, something exploded. But if it did, that'd be cool. So they'd just have a chance of getting like, I've already got like my best in slot for these. Well, I've already got the gear. I've already got my robes and my helmet from this first boss. I mean, why am I doing it? Imagine if you did it again and then set piece gear drops that said like, your incinerate now also does a dot. I was like, I'll take that. So I don't know if they're going to do something like that. That would be quite cool. Although the one problem I did see of it is having stuff like that is going to make it so raid guilds going to be a lot different, because people pretty much say, you've got to have the legendary ring to raid, or in Pandaria's got to have the legendary cloak if you want to raid properly. So I don't know if that's going to end up in an elitist sort of thing like that. It depends how rare these things are. But yeah, it's definitely looking interesting. And oh my god, the wardrobe. The wardrobe is my favourite feature. No, I really love my transmog. I play on an RP realm, so I always have an excuse to look for some cool transmog and that kind of thing. So having it so I'll have all this space in my bank, and I'll have all this, because my bank on nearly every character is full. What is exploding? Seriously. But yeah, my bank on every character is full, so having that will actually be super useful for me. I'm gonna love having all that space, and yeah, it should be really good. Ah, it's the wall. The wall's exploding. I just saw it. But I think that'll about cover it. If you want to leave me any questions or opinions about Legion, yeah, stick them down in the comments. I will be happy to reply to you. If you disagree with me on any of these points, feel free. I'll gladly discuss the points with you. Or if you agree with me, that's great. Listen to my opinions. But yeah, that will about do it. I hope you guys enjoyed BlizzCon and all the other previews. I'm not going. I was saying I'm not going to go into like Overwatch and StarCraft and Diablo, but one, there was no Diablo content this year. Two, I don't really play StarCraft, and three, Overwatch is just, I can't have any opinions until I actually play that game. So, thanks for watching. See you next time. Toodles.